Hello everyone. This video is about the power of empathy and how you can make the world a better place. What if I told you that there was a superpower that you could harness to make the world a better place? A superpower that would help you connect with others, diffuse conflicts, and build stronger relationships. Would you want to know more? Empathy is that superpower, and it's something that we all have the ability to cultivate. We're about to explore empathy, what it is, how it works, and why it's so important. We'll also look at some ways you can start building more empathy in your own life. By the end of this, you'll have a better understanding of the power of empathy and how you can use it to change the world. Empathy is defined as the ability to understand and share the feeling of another. It's about putting yourself in someone else's shoes and seeing the world from their perspective. Empathy is often confused with sympathy, but there's a key distinction between the two. Sympathy is feeling bad for someone else because of their circumstances. Empathy is feeling with someone else. It's an emotional connection. There are three types of empathy: cognitive, emotional, and somatic. Cognitive empathy is the ability to understand another person's perspectives. It's being able to see things from their point of view. Emotional empathy is the ability to feel another person's emotions. When you're emotionally empathetic, you can feel what the other person is feeling: joy, pain, love, fear, just to name a few. Somatic empathy is the ability to feel another person's physical sensations. This type of empathy is often seen in medical professionals who can sense what might be wrong with the patient just by looking at them or touching them lightly. Now, the benefits of empathy. Empathy has a number of benefits. Below are the most notable ones. Empathy connects us to others. One of the most important benefits of empathy is that it helps us connect with others. When we feel empathy for someone, we feel a connection to them. We see them as fellow human beings with hopes, dreams, and fears, just like us. And this connection can be foundation for relationships built on trust and understanding. Empathy reduces conflict. When we empathize with someone, we're able to see things from their perspective, and this can help us resolve conflicts in a more peaceful way. Instead of seeing the other person as an adversary, we see them as a fellow human being who is worthy of our understanding and respect. Empathy builds stronger relationships. Empathy is the foundation for strong relationships, whether they're relationships between friends, family members, or colleagues. When we empathize with others, we develop a deeper understanding of them, and this understanding leads to trust, respect, and communication, all key ingredients for strong relationships. So, how can you make the world a better place with empathy? Listen with your whole body. One way to practice empathy is to really pay attention when someone else is speaking. Listen with your whole body, not just your ears, but your eyes and your heart as well. Try to imagine what it would be like to walk in their shoes and see the world through their eyes. This type of active listening will help you develop a deeper understanding of the other person and build more meaningful connections with them. Make an effort to understand others. Another way to practice empathy is to make an effort to understand others, even if you do not agree with them. Try to see things from their perspective and look for common ground between you. This doesn't mean that you have to agree with them, but it does mean that you should respect their point of view and try to understand where they are coming from. Be kind. One simple way to make the world a better place with empathy is to be kinder to others, both in your words and actions. Showing kindness and compassion will not only make the world a better place, but also make you feel good too. So, with that said, picking up on other people's energies and emotions and physical pain, especially when around trauma and stuff like that. So, what can we do to stop absorbing other people's emotions? If you are empathetic, you probably easily identify with the feelings of others. You might also absorb the emotions and moods of those around you. Being in a crowd could leave you feeling exhausted and emotionally drained. It is probably difficult to watch violent movies or even the news. If you absorb the energy around you and you feel what others are feeling, then you might be an empath. While there is nothing wrong with being an empath at all, it can take a toll on your emotional well being. If being an empath is negatively affecting your mental health, there are some things that you can try to help. If you are an empath, you can easily identify with the experience others feeling. Empathy can be a very good quality, as it can help you connect with others through a deep level of understanding. You probably have good intuition, are a natural nurturer, and exude a healing energy. Being around joyful, excited people energizes you and makes you feel good. The difficult part of being an empath is that you also pick up on the negative energy and feelings of sadness and despair. This can lead to problems with anxiety and even depression, when it is hard to separate yourself from the unpleasant emotions of others. If you are sensitive to other people's feelings and emotions, there are things that you can do to keep yourself from absorbing all the negative energy around you. 1. Name the feeling. When you are sensitive to other people's energies, it is difficult to know if what you are feeling belongs to you or to someone else. Naming the feeling you are experiencing can help with this. If you are having a great day and when someone joined your group, you became angry, this feeling might not belong to you. Being able to differentiate the name of your feelings can help you realize what feelings belong to you and which ones might belong to someone else. Number 2, ground yourself. If you notice yourself absorbing the energy of those around you, ground yourself back into the present moment. Focus on the specific object nearby. Name the things that are around you. Touch something with a unique texture. Take some deep, cleansing belly breaths. When your focus is on the experience rather than the feeling, it is easier to keep the energy around you separate from you. Practicing mindfulness and meditation can help as well. The more you are able to fully present in the moment, the less likely you are to take on the negative emotions of others. 3. Be self-aware. Self-awareness is important when you are sensitive to other people's feelings. Acknowledge your need for alone time. Spend time with your own emotions. Allow your feelings to be without judgment. Learn what triggers you in a negative way. Also become aware of what brings you feelings of joy. When you are more aware of your own feelings, moods, and triggers, it is easier to tell when you are picking up on someone else's energy. Being more self-aware will enable you to cultivate different ways to acknowledge emotions that do not belong to you without absorbing them. 4. Visualize a glass wall. There are a number of techniques that you can use to keep other people's energy separate. One technique includes visualizing a glass wall between yourself and the other person. The glass wall allows you to see the other person's emotions. However, the emotions are not able to penetrate the wall. When they hit the wall, they bounce back to the other person, not to you. You can see and acknowledge the feelings, but you do not absorb them. This technique can work in large crowds as well. You can picture yourself surrounded by a glass wall as you move through the crowd. Although you may notice their energy, you do not have to take it on, as it cannot get through your wall. 5. Be curious. When it is easier to pick up on the feelings of someone else, you might also believe that you understand how this impacts them. Even if your assumptions are correct, sometimes people just want to be heard. Being curious about the other person and what they are feeling and how it is affecting them can help you separate what they are feeling from what you are feeling. Instead of taking on someone else's bad mood, you can ask them questions about why they are going through it. Gaining a deeper understanding of what the other person is experiencing and why can keep your own feelings separate, no matter how empathic you are. Showing curiosity about what someone is going through enables them to begin a process their own experience through sharing, which can help you both feel closer. 6. Have strong boundaries. If you are an empath, it is very important to have strong boundaries. Since it is natural for you to understand and empathize with others, you might easily become a dumping ground for their negative emotions. It is essential that you know yourself and what you are and are not able to handle. You might need more alone time than others to feel energized. Certain people and situations might be particularly draining for you, and you may have to limit your exposure to them. Effective boundaries help you set limits based on your own needs, feelings, and energy level. This way you can limit your exposure to these people that constantly drain your energy. 7. Release the emotion. Even if you incorporate all of the above, if you are naturally sensitive to others' emotions, there will be times when you will absorb them. When this happens, you can use another visualization technique to keep from becoming overwhelmed. To do this, you can picture leaves floating down a stream. Picture yourself writing down the feeling you have absorbed onto a leaf. As the leaf flows down the stream and out of sight, the feeling goes with it, and you are left with the calmness of the flowing water. Try this the next time you pick up on someone else's emotions and see if it is helpful. Empathy is a gift that helps you connect with others. The key to being an empath without the negative side effects is to maintain a strong sense of self. If you are an empath and find yourself absorbing the negative energies around you, try some of the ideas that I have went over to see if they are helpful. That way, your compassion, deep level of understanding, and healing energy will shine through.